And KCAL News continues to uncover stories of seniors being left on their own in the aftermath of the January wildfires. We've also reported on many community support programs available to help those people. But we wanted to know how this is still happening. KCAL News reporter Jasmine Veal turned to local leaders to get some answers.
This is the wall from his garage.
77-year-old Brenda Johnson's Altadena house is still too toxic for her to stay in after the Eaton fire.
Now, gone.
She has no idea where she will even sleep next week as she waits for her house to be cleaned. And you haven't been able to come back and live here, so what have you been doing?
Hotel to hotel.
And then we have I met Johnson a few weeks ago at a LA County workshop for seniors with reverse mortgages facing property damage from the Eaton fire.
Don't know which way to go. I've been running to different meetings trying to get information.
It's been mostly on Johnson to figure out her insurance policy, repairs, and even deal with the trauma from the fire with little outside support.
You don't know what to do when this first happens, especially. You don't even know what to think about your next step.
Johnson is not alone. We interviewed other seniors on KCAL News facing similar struggles, like 91-year-old Helen.
Do you wish that someone from the government would have come and talked to you by now?
It would have helped. It certainly would have helped.
What's left is hardly recognizable.
There was also 73-year-old Gary Van Ostrand, who is low-income, elderly, and disabled.
That was a new water heater.
He was living on his burned-out property in a tent until a group of volunteers stepped in.
Can you just take this flyer, some free resources for seniors? Yep.
Altadena Town Council member Darlene Green understands the urgency of her mission.
Wanted to make sure you guys know we hadn't forgotten about you.
She's trying to reach as many seniors as she can to tell them about county resources after meeting many of them trying to do it on their own and running out of hope.
So we have to fix that problem. When they have gotten their flowers, a part of that is going door to door. A part of that is going to be going to liquor stores putting flyers up. A part that's going to just be calling because they don't use the internet. I just think that they are in a lot of trouble. And we didn't know about that before this fire, that we had so many seniors that were going to be in a situation if a tragedy were to occur.
We went to LA County Supervisor Catherine Barger's office to ask her what is being done about the seniors falling through the cracks. You hear about these seniors fending for themselves after the Eaton fire. Could the county have done more? What more can the county do?
We can always do more. We can always do better.
Barger says acknowledging that is a way to move forward.
I make no bones about the fact that there were mistakes made, and I would even argue that I feel like our department needs to step up more and be present.
Barger recently brought forth a motion to develop a program to register seniors. So in a state of emergency, first responders can prioritize them based on that information. But she says it will take more than that to help this vulnerable community.
The government's not going to fill that gap. That is, again, what makes Altadena so unique, is that it's not a one-size-fits-all, and it is neighbors working together.
This is what was once the Altadena Senior Center.
LA County's Aging and Disabilities Program Manager Billy Young says this senior center had 27,000 visits last year alone. He says they tried to contact every senior in their system, but not all could be reached. According to that department, they had over 2,800 clients impacted by the fire. They were able to confirm a little over 2,300 were safe, which meant hundreds were unaccounted for.
In terms of folks that we can reach out to, some may not have a working number because they have a landline, their house was destroyed. Some folks may be housing insecure.
Someone like Gary or Helen. How do you reach someone like Helen?
Oh, man, that's difficult.
Yeah, it is.
That's a really tough question. Back to our physical locations where impacted folks can come through.
They're trying to open up temporary centers like one at the Loma Alta Park location on Lincoln Avenue. That center can't come soon enough.
We are going to have transportation, and I know they're reaching out.
Yeah, they just feel so overwhelmed.
Congresswoman Judy Chu, whose district includes Altadena, knows seniors have suffered since the fire.
There was a very critical need that was not met there, and it was very clear that there should be some kind of database of the elderly and disabled that need help so that they don't fall through the cracks.
Like Johnson, who wants so badly to return home.
It's heartbreaking.
In Altadena, Jasmine Veal, KCAL News.
Many seniors are suffering from depression and loneliness, and members of the Pasadena Senior Center say age discrimination isn't helping.
You know, ageism is a really big problem in our culture. And as you age, so many people tell you what you shouldn't do, what you can't do. When you come here, you throw away the shackles of ageism.
El músico.
You are fortunate if you get to grow older. So really value growing older and stop being afraid of it.
The Pasadena Senior Center is doing what it can to help older people reconnect. It opened its doors 65 years ago, welcoming people from Pasadena, Altadena, and all of SoCal. There are dozens of activities and classes every week, including painting, learning to play cards or pool, and training for the annual Pasadena Senior Games. Lunch is served daily, and there is a food pantry and giveaways for basic needs. To donate to the Pasadena Senior Center, scan the QR code you see on your screen, or to donate online, just go to our website, kcalnews.com, then click on KCAL Cares. And if you or someone you know is struggling or looking for help with mental health, we have a full list of resources on kcalnews.com/mental health awareness. May is Mental Health Awareness Month.